space out here is really tough. Last semester I parked on the street and somebody hit my car. So I decided just to park in resident parking from now on.
Spaces alongside Carondelet HOTUS are the spaces that we write tickets in the most, primarily for residents that aren't parking in resident spaces, that are parking in the non-designated spaces.
People that live in Carondelet can't park right against the building anymore, which I think is pretty unfair for how much we pay to live here. So they get pushed down to Ridgeway, then the Ridgeway people get pushed down to Thompson, and then the Thompson people have nowhere to park.
I do believe the situation has improved since last year. The usage of the lower lot has gone from almost 0 to none to 3/4 full at all times, and I think this is a great allocation for that space.
Having to walk up those crappy stairs, the rocks, and like twist my ankle. I literally did. I couldn't practice for a day because I twisted my ankle walking up them.
I think the main purpose of the ticket serves at Abilene University is to make sure that our parking spaces are in a safe and orderly fashion. If we have to call in emergency vehicles and we don't have any control of the parking situation, there's a lot of student vehicles that are at risk for damage. The ticket serves as a warning to the students that they're in violation of the parking policy. The first ticket is left to the discretion of the student life office of whether it's a warning or a fine. The second ticket is a fine. The third ticket is a fine and a tow warning, which can mean that your vehicle can be towed at the next ticket. And tickets beyond that, and you're at risk of having your parking privileges at Abilene University revoked, meaning you can't park here, and if your vehicle's seen here, we can tow you immediately.
This year they're tightening it down and handing out tickets like it's money.
There were a lot of tickets in comparison to last year because the policy has changed, but we expected that. But since then, the number of tickets have declined.
I got one for parking in between the Marion Center and Gobbert. It was on like a Saturday. I parked there, and I thought like, well, it's a weekend, no one else is here. I should take care, and there was like 2 other cars there, and we all got tickets.
If the resident students are parking where they're supposed to be parking, commuters have more space to park and can get in and out in a timely fashion.
They gave me a ticket for parking in a resident spot, even though I had my pass anyway.
Most of the tickets are resident vehicles that are parked in non-resident spaces.
They pay extra to live on campus and I don't know, to have a spot here, and they should. They shouldn't be forced to come out here late at night and not find a parking space.
There's 261 resident spaces, 260 registered resident vehicles. If everyone is here at the same time, there should be 1 resident space remaining.
Make the parking places out in front of Carondelet resident parking as well, so there'd be more parking places for actual residents instead of having to park in the lower parking lot.
Take away some of the closer spots for the off-campus people and make them park further away, considering we live here.
Probably just open up those parking spots to us again. Like it was fine last year.
If it's a student or whatever, just have it non-labeled, or if you're an employee, have that on there for the employees. But I don't think it should matter if you're a commuter or a residential student.
Have designated parking spots, so like each person had their own number and their own specific parking spot that they parked in every time. That way the big cars, like the big trucks, could park in the big spots and the little cars could park in the little spots, and everything would be fair and equal.
If the students feel that there's a better way that those spaces could be developed, they should work with the Student Government Association and the Campus Safety Office to get that in effect.